case. Case is a grammatical category determined by the syntactic or semantic function of a noun or pronoun. Discussant, I am Josie Aventurado, together with my partner, Varry, Detorio. First, we have nominative or subjective case. When a noun acts as the subject of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in the nominative or subjective case. To find noun in nominative case, make a question with what or who before the verb. Question with what is made if the noun is a thing. If noun is a person, then who is used to make a question. For example, Mina is dancing. Who is dancing? The answer to this question is Mina. So noun Mina is subject in the sentence for verb dancing. Mina does the verb of dancing, thus it is in the nominative case. Sachin was talking to his friends. Who is talking? The answer to this question is Sachin. So noun Sachin is subject in this sentence. For verb talking, Sachin does the verb of talking. Thus it is in the nominative case. Second, we have accusative or objective case. When a noun acts as the object of a verb in the sentence, it is said to be in accusative or objective case. It experiences the verb done by the subject. To find noun in accusative case, make a question with what or whom after the verb and its subject. A noun that comes after a preposition is also in accusative and it is known as the object of preposition. Question with what is made of the noun is a thing. If the noun is a person, then whom is used to make a question. For example, she called Mina. She called whom? The answer to this question is Mina. So noun Mina is an object in this sentence. For the verb called, Mina experiences the verb called. Thus, it is in the accusative case. Sachin is driving the car. Sachin is driving what? The answer to the question is car. So noun car is an object in this sentence. For verb driving, car experiences the verb of driving. Thus, it is in the accusative case. She is talking to John. She is talking whom? This question has no answer. But for the question, she is talking to whom? The answer is John. So here noun John is the object of the preposition to and not verb talking. Thus, it is in accusative case. Third, we have dative case. When a noun acts as an indirect object, the noun which experiences the verb second to the direct object is said to be the indirect object. It usually comes just after the verb of a verb in a sentence. It is said to be in the dative case. Indirect objects are those to whom or for whom the verb is done. For example, I brought my friend a book. Here, verb brought is experiences by both book and friend. The subject first holds the book and then gives it to his friend. So noun book experiences the verb first and thus is the direct object. The noun friend experiences the verb second and so it is the indirect object. The teacher gave the winner a surprise award. Here, verb give is experiences by both award and then winner. But the award is the noun that is been given by the subject and it is the first receiver of the verb, thus is the direct object. The noun winner experiences the verb after the direct object award and so it is the direct object. Should I tell Richard about our plan? Here, the subject will tell the plan to Richard. So the verb tell is first experienced by plan and then by Richard. Thus, the plan is a direct object and Richard is an indirect object. Fourth, we have possessive case. Possessive case shows the possession, ownership, or authority of a noun. That is, this case shows a relationship between two nouns or between a noun and a pronoun. The possessive case is made by adding an apostrophe and an s to the noun, or we use the preposition of to show this relationship. Remember, either apostrophe and an s or preposition of is used to make the possessive case of living beings or personified objects. But to make the possessive case of a non-living thing, we use only preposition of. For example, Edward's book, book of Edward. Cat's ball, ball of cat. London's queen, queen of London. Uncle's magazine, magazine of uncle. Shakespeare's play, play of Shakespeare or play written by Shakespeare. Window of car, car's window is incorrect. Roof of the bungalow, bungalow's roof is incorrect. For words that already have letter S at their end, to make their possessive case, we add only apostrophe without S. Fifth, we have vocative case or nominative of addressed. When a noun is addressed or called out in a sentence, then that noun is said to be in the vocative case. This usually happens when you take the name of the listener while talking. Vocative case sets the identity of the spoken party or listener. It is important to separate the vocative noun from the rest of the sentence with the help of the comma, or else the meaning of the sentence changes completely. For example, I don't know Samantha. Here, I don't know is a complete sentence where the speaker shows lack of knowledge about something. Noun Samantha separated by a comma show that the speaker is talking to or addressing Samantha, and thus it is a vocative noun here. I don't know Samantha. Here we cannot see any separator, comma, and so it is a complete sentence. This sentence means that the speaker does not know Samantha, so Samantha here experiences the verb and hence is in the objective case. Mr. Mehta, your boss, is waiting for you in the office. This sentence has two parts separated by comma. In one part, the speaker is addressing Mr. Mehta, and in the other part, a message is conveyed to him. Thus, Mr. Mehta is in the vocative case. I know your phone number, John. This sentence has two parts separated by a comma. In one part of the speaker is addressing John, and in the other part a message is conveyed to him. Thus, John is in the vocative case. In summary, nominative case. When a noun acts as the subject of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in nominative or subjunctive case. To find noun in nominative case, make question with what or who before the verb. Question with what is made if noun is a thing. If noun is a person, then who is used to make a question. For example, Mr. Sean is our project head. They are traveling to London this week. Jamie is our classmate. In accusative case, when a noun acts as the object of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in accusative or objective case. To find noun in accusative case, make question with what or whom after the verb and its subject. Question with what is made if noun is a thing. If noun is a person, then whom is used to make question. For example, you should ask Mr. Sean about it. I called them for help. This poster is made by Jimmy. In dative case, when a noun acts as an indirect object of a verb in a sentence, it is said to be in dative case. Indirect objects are those to whom, for whom the verb is done. For example, Mr. Sean gave me a file to work on. Teacher awarded him a pen. Can you lend Mary some money? In possessive case shows a relationship between two nouns or between a noun and a pronoun. Remember, either apostrophe and an S or a preposition of is used to make possessive case of living beings or personified objects. But to make possessive case of a non-living thing, we use only preposition of. For example, Edward's book, book of Edward. Cat's ball, ball of cat. Uncle magazines, magazine of uncle. Lastly, we have vocative case. When a noun is or called addressed out in a sentence, then that noun is said to be in vocative case. It is important to separate the vocative noun from rest of the sentence with the help of comma, or else the meaning of the sentence changes completely. For example, I don't know Samantha, Mr. Mehta, your boss, is waiting for you in the office. And that's all for my report. Now it's my time for me to give the floor to my partner, Varry Detorio. He will be discussing about pronoun cases.
Hey everyone, I am Varry Detorio, and now let us move on to the pronoun cases. In grammar, pronoun cases refers to different forms that pronouns take based on their grammatical role in a sentence. There are three primary cases for pronouns. One is the nominative or subjective case. Second is the objective, and third is the possessive. Let's look at each case and provide examples. First case is the nominative or subjective case. This is used when the pronoun is the subject of a sentence or a clause. For example, the I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. In a sentence, he is my friend. We went to the park. Second case is the objective case. This is used when the pronoun is the object of a verb or a preposition. For example, me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. In a sentence, John called me. Another one is she gave the book to him. Last case is the possessive case. This is used to show ownership of or possession. For example, mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, and theirs. In a sentence, this is mine, or this car is mine. Another example is this book yours? Note: some pronouns have the same form in the subjective and objective case, like you and it, while others have distinct form, like he in the subjective case and him in the objective case. Additionally, possessive pronouns do not require apostrophes when indicating ownership. It's worth mentioning that some pronouns, like who and whom, have distinct forms for the subjective and objective cases, often leading to confusion. That's all. Thank you.